at the temple, so it's more important than literally anything else in the world. They're shutting down the schools everywhere. They're shutting down
places of worship.
Camille can help us with this, but we're being told that
look at all the cars.
Camille.
Cars.
Camille. Good old Camille. Look at her face. What a professional she is, holding her phone.
Suspect is still at large after attack on Michigan synagogue. No deaths reported. Right now you're looking at...
Oh, Jesus. Here we go again. It's an attack on a synagogue. No deaths were reported, but it's going to lead to some sweeping changes and drastic, the drastic situation. They're going to get tons of money brought in for the synagogue. This is going to make secure community network that much stronger. Look at this shit. FBI. How do you attack something and not do anything?
That eventually someone is going to find you. And if you know who this person is and you know where he is, of course, do the right thing and call 911 immediately.
Immediately.
Armed and dangerous. And again, the number one...
He's not there, so why are you all there?
Look at all these people. What do all these people do? What is all this going to do? Look at all of this shit.
This is Drake and Walnut. We're much closer than
oh my gosh, that's where I got
during our first time with you.
Look at this shit.
This is where all the media is, and I think this is where we're going to get.
So this is all this is necessary at a shooting where nobody died and the shooter is missing.
The neighborhood's on lockdown. Everyone considered to be needing to shelter in place while this person...
There is no fucking way I would be listening to this shit. I would not be worried at all if somebody just attacked a synagogue. I wouldn't be worried at all about them coming to me. Right.
Since the Oxford shooting, but thankfully we're
not seeing this much law enforcement. Where are all these people from? What are all of these? How did all this response happen so instantly?
Literally go rob a bank right now.
Many wrinkles have developed as we have been live on top.
I bet we're going to find out that this is a fake story.
To talk about as we continue the coverage of what probably has the eyes, if not the eyes of the nation, the eyes of the world are now.
Oh yeah, because goddamn, something almost happened to some friars. This is disgusting.
From at least the state from FBI, Kash Patel, also detailing that they are keeping an eye on this as well. You mentioned the eyes of the nation.
Yeah, not just any temple, but
look at
arguably the largest reform synagogue.
Oh, he is upset.
A building that spans over 100,000 square feet with 3,000 member families in a city that has anywhere between 15,000 and 20,000 Jewish residents.
Gee, you don't hear about that one, do you?
It is good to be with us.
It's like a giant Lakewood there.
Oh yeah, West Bloomfield. I lived in that city. I got married at Drake and Walnut Lake, at that intersection they are at right now. The first time I got married there.
The largest Jewish populations in many large metro areas is right here in Metro Detroit, and namely in West Bloomfield. And so whoever this person was who was trying to do what this person was trying to do.
What were they trying to do?
That he was truly at the epicenter of the culture and the religious center of this community.
Wow, this sounds very, very suspicious to me.
It doesn't matter.
This sounds very suspicious to me.
And all of our hearts are heavy as we watch, of course, that community.
Hearts are heavy for what? What happened?
The most special places that they have that they call home. And so, yes, we continue our team coverage. We thank the handoff from the team at Good Day Detroit as we continue our coverage throughout the afternoon. Now, listen, I've been talking to several people in the religious community in the last few days. Let's go to some pictures live right now, what you're seeing. These images right now, as you know, and I think as, Derek astutely put, they remind you of something else that we've seen before. And before, other active shooter situations. And again, if you look at the number of people just driving in, I just got in about 5 minutes ago, and as I was driving in, you actually notice rushing down the highway on I-75, heading towards West Bloomfield right now, armored vehicles. FBI,
oh my God. He's not there anymore.
Passed by schools that are Christian schools.
What's happening here? What is actually happening here?
this metro area is the fact that when something happens, as we saw happen in Grand Blanc, Michigan, with that terrible shooting that happened there, incidentally also involving a car that had also ran into a building.
Oh, this is another one of these fake fucking stories.
All of the law enforcement personnel in the area from Southeast Michigan and beyond.
When do people realize that they're using the same fake narrative over and over again? I mean, why would all of these people be responding from what is happening? This doesn't make any sense. Like she just said, so what? People can just rob banks all over because every cop available is here?
Eagle Harbor, West Bloomfield, Bloomfield Hills, Farmington Hills, State, and I didn't hear the rest of the list because you were talking. But that was just some of the police that are there right now.
This is
That's
insane.
a lot of cities, guys.
What you see, we see the messages saying, I heard this was the case.
I literally got married. That is so fucking weird to me right now. I took my pictures right there. And now it's so crazy.
What you see here on this stream, here on this television.
Temple Israel.
It's clearly the fact that we have verified facts and information. And so that's such a...
He's not saying anything. He's just sort of like he's just sort of saying, you know, if something were to have actually happened, then, you know, there's obviously a big response.
Somebody got shot, right?
Nothing.
Who is on the phone with us right now.
Oh, let's hear from the rabbi.
For joining us here today on our broadcast.
Piece of shit rabbi pedophile. Rabbi Shalom Cantor. Bet that's his real name.
Obviously, this Jewish community, all of us, including those who aren't Jewish, are thinking about the entire Jewish community here today. Tell us what
I'm not. I'm not at all concerned.
authorities from others out there right now.
I only know what you all have said. I don't have any more information.
Really? That's weird. You're saying it like you do, but you're not saying anything. So are we saying the Secure Community Network knows nothing about what's going on?
Community Center. The lockdown has been lifted, but the lockout has not. Meaning that nobody's in, nobody's out. My son just texted a little while ago and said that FBI agents are in the building protecting.
Look at this insanity, you guys.
That is insane.
What the fuck is... Where do all these vehicles come from?
I don't want to spread rumors. I don't want to say anything that he...
Sure.
Wouldn't that be great if...
Somebody hung
we
up.
may have lost you there for a moment, but I think your message stands very clear. I think the rabbi is simply saying, look, he also is following the same thing that we're following, which is we report what we know. And in a situation like this, there's a lot of fear. And clearly right away, people start reporting what they think they may have.
Look at that shit. Look at that. That's terrifying.
Nobody that we know of was hurt. That is
Nobody was hurt.
We know that the kids that were nearby and there had been removed, and that they're going to be okay.
They had been removed.
Pick them up at another location. But in the meantime, the question that does remain at this hour is, who was this person, and where are they now? There are some media outlets reporting that this person has been shot. We are not going to report that until we get express
You just did.
deputies and from investigators on the scene. So we'll be watching for that. And Marielle Lou's with us as well here in Studio A. And Marielle, as you've been covering this for the last you understand how important it is because when you...
So you're saying this is now a few hours old and we still don't know any sort of details about it?
Like that, you say, wait a minute, let's figure out what we know right now.
Very important, especially at a time like this when there's so much fear in the community
Okay,
to
this
just
can't
be
be
able to
very
take a
open.
step back and to just look at the facts as they are, and then as more information comes
Be
into the
simple to
picture,
open. It's not
that's what you will get from us, and you can count on us here at Fox 2 to do that every time. We do still have the rabbi.
They should blow themselves. You think she's a real blonde?
We lost you there for
She doesn't look ridiculous, does she?
You were saying...
Look at her leaning forward.
Talking and reflecting with us a little bit about how you don't want to speculate, but what is it that you do know right now in terms of those loved ones
What's the point? If he doesn't know anything, why are we listening to him?
that are accounted for? Have you talked to people
Why are we listening to him?
by this personally?
So my son is at which is housed at the Jewish Community Center. They've been on lockdown until about 20 minutes ago when the lockdown was lifted, but they still have a lockout, meaning that nobody's in or nobody's out of the building. The FBI...
Wow, you're like reading a script. Isn't that weird? Sounds like he's reading a script.
hung
building.
the phone up on him
I
earlier
do
and said,
know
no,
that
read from this.
the children have been evacuated, as you've already reported. But beyond that, I don't have any specific information. I
Rabbi,
talked to, let me say, I did talk to two grandparents, two of my congregants who have children grandchildren who attend the preschool, and both have reported that they have news that their grandchildren are okay.
So is this another one of these things where it was behind some closed doors, some shit was going on?
There at the church. This is according to police. So we have now confirmation that the person who was responsible, according to investigators, in trying to do this, whatever it is this person was trying to do, the violence, this person has been taken down, shot, and killed.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
Rabbi, yeah, you were good.
So now.
Hold on.
The facts, I can't give you any more than you already have.
here's what we're asking now, Rabbi, if I may, because the shooter in this situation dead, that coming into the newsroom now, but that does not necessarily ease the fear in the Jewish community right now.
Aw, why do you think they have such fear? Is it maybe because they're such horrible people and they're being exposed?
Who certainly feel like
Maybe.
there's been an increase in attacks, an increase in hatred, not just coming from afar, but right here at home.
For what? What do you think that is?
It is petrifying at
It's
times.
petrifying at times.
It also brings people together, and it gives us a sense that
Look at this shit. Look at how insane this is.
But there is no question that there is
So now the shooter's dead. So the only way we'll ever get any sort of story is what they tell us.
for increased security on many different levels.
There we go.
That will be both visible security and things that won't be visible to the naked eye, but things that we know about that will be instituted at, I'm guessing, many of the different institutions around the community, and probably
There you go.
to a large extent. People are nervous, and
Like they're gonna use this like they always do. They don't let these opportunities go to waste. They don't manufacture these opportunities.
What is the last two words?
Attack dead.
Or some sort of
That's classy.
Or do I need to hide that?
This is fucking nuts, man.
Teach at the high school one class on Jewish identity, and we discussed this.
You teach one class at the high school on Jewish identity.
Or is it something that we have to hide?
Yes.
There's not one right answer, but this is going to definitely impact that and impact how people feel about publicly showing.
Holy shit, man. They're just going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing these fake. Do you know how crazy it is that every time something involves them, it's like a comically low number, if any, people get hurt? There were 4 hostages and they all escaped.
It has to be validated, it has to be understood, and has to be respected, and I think that is going to be one of the key things going forward.
We've taken calls from one of your
Fucking bullshit, man.
and certainly a friend of Fox 2, Carolyn Krieger.
We don't know what happened. They're saying that somebody. Look at this. Look at this response.
Calling it an active shooter.
Right, they were calling it an active shooter, but there was no shooting.
People who are disheartened by this, who are watching, what would you say to them?
Number one, find people that you can be with. Find community.
Go fuck yourself, man. I
Do not
can't stand this shit, man.
and watch the TV by yourself, but find people to be with. Find people to support you and people that you.
This is insane. This is as orchestrated as it gets.
Judaism is all about community.
Yes.
Yeah, and raping children. Raping children.
But across the world, wrapping its arms around a community that has given so much to our greater metro community. And Rabbi,
Oh yeah, what have they given us?
thank you for your time here on the phone today.
What have they given to our community?
Brought in their wealth and kept it to themselves.
Who's been there?
Let the entire city go to shit while owning it and not being held responsible?
Talking to Beth Swiss, one of the first people here on the scene as far as civilians go. Beth, thank you for talking to us.
I was one of the first ones here.
Earlier.
I'm the nosiest of all the
So-
You started and how you ended up here.
Yeah, so I was at Henry Ford Hospital dropping something off, and I was
And
This is your aunt.
and I was
Right.
talking to my mom.
It's my
on the
mom.
phone, and there were police
On the phone?
officers driving by super fast.
Super
There were
fast?
10 police officers down the street.
Oh, Michigan accent's ugly.
Pray, there's something
Fuck, man, I hate these fucking people, man.
And then when I got to this light, it looked like a mom with a cell phone, and
Are you gonna cry?
she was running really fast across the street. She didn't even like.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I'm like, something else is happening, and maybe there's a school right there.
Oh,
So again,
Yeah, imagine what the people of Iran are feeling right now.
right.
When I hit this dirt road,
This is gonna be so huge. They're gonna make this into something so big, like something did happen when nothing happened.
in the parking lot, and I just felt from the Holy Spirit to come and.
Oh, she felt from the Holy Spirit to come and pray.
For the Jews?
Yep.
The Holy Spirit,
Right.
they don't believe in?
Right.
Parents and lots of other people.
Why is there this shield protecting the information?
Expression of the woman. Talk about that when we were talking off camera. What you felt when you saw her face.
The questions.
What did you think when you saw that woman's face?
Questions he was asking me at the thing the other. Like what? I was looking at him like really
disturbing.
That's your question.
Oh,
Worst case scenario, but no.
the Holy Spirit made you come pray.
What message do you have for the parents? Stupid questions.
I am in the UK and the BBC is covering this live.
Oh my God, are you for real?
Somebody just said that in the it's the BBC is covering nothing live.
For their spouses to come out.
So this is like
to
15
still
minutes
with their kids,
away.
but definitely rejoicing in that and comfort.
This
and
is
also
insane.
Even just to
This
see,
is insane.
Just all
This
the
is fucking just this,
responders.
and like the
Plymouth Township.
like the rabbi just said, this is going to lead to much bigger security measures.
Plymouth Township is about 25 minutes from where they're at. And they have Plymouth Township cops there. Wow.
This makes no sense.
No.
We see now the exact images you see with the deer sign and the 40-mile-per-hour sign right there. So you're singing that one right now? That's the one you see?
Yeah, it's because we have a lot of deer here. That's
No, but he's just saying. This is the photo. This is the.
So yeah, so just really paying attention.
Thank you, Beth, so much.
How come nobody is bringing any? Maybe somebody was pissed about the fact that they're so genocidal.
Everybody thankful that this was.
Yeah, that one. That's fucked up. The world is covering this right now. The BBC is covering this right now. Do you know how many times something happens to black people and nobody knows?
We're waiting to hear from Sheriff Bouchard.
There was nobody was even hurt. Look at how gigantic that woman's face is.
Thank you. You know, Marielle, just looking at.
You think do you think Camille's a Jew?
When's the last time something like this happened? It was in Grand Blanc, September 28th. Just down the road.
You mean when somebody rammed into the thing? Yeah, this whole thing about
Grand Blanc is down the road.
right.
Now you're seeing this situation. I know a text that was given from the temple to all the members said a car crashed into the building. Police shot driver. Not sure if he's dead. This is as per the temple sending to members. Car caught on fire, which is why fire trucks are there. And it just kind of reminds you of what happened with this perpetrator, this 40-year-old guy who also ran his pickup truck.
So why was
It's
he an
almost as
active
though the same
shooter?
MO was
Or did
used
they mean the
in this
cops were the
situation.
active shooters?
Thankfully,
He ran his car into the building and it caught
In
fire.
this situation, no one was hurt inside, which is good news.
We talked to former Assistant Chief Steve Dolan.
Does that make him an
exactly
active shooter?
that, who said, is this
To be honest, it is none of our business what happens in the U.S., so I don't know why the BBC is filling our screens with this story as well. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It makes no sense, other than they're going to use this as more of their justification.
I love her nails.
Yeah, you would.
Every time
They're beautiful.
you get an alert
I don't
like
like the
this,
pointy,
you see
but
cars to the building
colors are
early
cool
when
spots.
this was happening and before we were getting
When
information
what
back,
was happening?
we see smoke.
I still don't know what's happening.
If it's a fire, we don't know if
Sure.
there are kids still inside. There is a food pantry day that the synagogue does on Thursdays. That was
to give Jews free food.
while people were there. Thankfully, we're not reporting any injuries, but this is something that people are having to think about. We have Scott Wolchek on the ground for us as well. Scott,
Because there's a lot of families in West Bloomfield that need free food.
Exactly.
You know what? This is pretty wild to see.
This is
It's
pretty.
good thing to hear.
Oh yeah.
That the shooter is down, and it appears that there's no injuries. The second that any of us.
The shooter is down. How do they know he was the shooter?
Your heart just drops down to another level. So we actually just saw maybe a couple minutes ago a young mother walking out, you know, just holding a child so close to her.
Oh, well, that's news.
Do any type of interview or anything like that, but so much emotion on her.
Really, she didn't want to do any interview. Look at that.
Police presence is unlike many things that I have seen in my career.
You've never, again, Scott Wolchek has been a news guy for a long time. He's saying he's never seen anything like this, and no one died.
The shooter had driven the vehicle into.
Watch when they say the attacker is Iranian, Muslim, Democrat, liberal, gay.
This could have been so much worse. Of course, it is still an active scene, still a developing.
So why do they call him a shooter?
There's a lot of emotion on this scene, and it is
Logistics support.
You know, when you're actually out here, it's hard to tell, you know, what may have happened in that time period, right? You know, you get this information, and it just kind of trickles in, and so you hear things. And,
This is just as fake as it gets, man.
I have not quite seen in my career, but it's something that you have to feel blessed that there are so many police and EMS that have come out here.
It doesn't make any sense. Where did all these cops come
I
from?
think a lot of us are praying that it is true.
What does that one say? Is that Plymouth Township also?
It's definitely something that
think so.
is pretty wild to witness.
We're praying that
We know right
that
now-
there are no other injuries, that it was only the shooter that was killed but wasn't a shooter.
We're getting some reporting from our
He was the
team
driver.
saying per police source, one security guard was hit by the suspect's car, but their injuries are not life-threatening.
Whoa, that's a surprise. Never heard that one before.
And in the process, obviously, people trying to stop him. It seems as though one security person was hurt. But Marielle, we should.
Okay, so a guy is using a car to cause terrorism,
This person down as well.
only ends up hurting one person,
If you're
escapes,
a police officer and
but
you're
then gets shot.
You're trying to make sure
I thought
that
they
the
shot
right
him when he was
people
still in the
are getting
car.
into building. You're looking out for every.
Well, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's- I think that's what
This
they
is the
said.
kind of stuff that they train for,
He
including
didn't-
that training paid
how was
off
he
for
a
that
shooter?
security guard.
That's
That's
what
one
I'm
of the
saying.
things we talked to former Assistant Chief Dolan about. Is
He ran into the building,
in
the
this
car caught
moment,
fire.
You have officers who.
No, that was the previous one. That was the one in
They
Grand Blanc.
are trying to make sure that the scene is secured. Then you also very understandably have parents who are trying to get their kids
Can you imagine
really care about
who they have to deal with trying to... Our situation's locked down. We can't let you in. You can give me my child.
because they're wanting to make sure that their kids are okay. Again, we're continuing to report no injuries. Kids were moved to
This
shelter,
makes
so,
no sense.
all good news.
It all just happens to work out that all of the children that were supposed to be in that facility at that time had been moved out of there.
To be able to respond so quickly and not just West
Okay,
Bloomfield
tell us
Police,
exactly what
FBI
happened.
on the scene, fire, I mean, everyone so quickly. And they said that they've changed for this.
FBI is on the scene? Like, how?
How their training has changed in recent years because of the increased threats, not just because of what's happening overseas, but also the increase in homegrown terrorism, white supremacy, things like
Oh, yeah, all that white supremacy you always hear about and the homegrown terrorism.
job for all agencies.
You know, because we are the bad guys.
Do you protect people when there seem to be just threats popping up everywhere?
Yep, because we are the bad guys.
As we see here, decides to drive into a building knowing there will be people there.
You know, and you
I just, as soon as they say somebody drove into a building anymore, I just don't even believe it.
this and say, you know, how much time are
It's
we
just fucking
spending in
stupid.
echo chambers? And I say that not as commentary, but as fact. We know that so many of these people, as you say, that we don't want to give any glory to, any variety to, but they spend a heck of a lot of time in these echo chambers, kind of echoing. other
Echo
things that
chambers,
that
yeah.
could be considered hate. You know,
It's okay that we hate things, though. That's what they keep trying to tell you. You can't hate it.
Oh, is he talking about you?
On the phone with us right now.
Maybe.
Maple Clinic, Carrie Kraywick, and that's a therapist who obviously understands what these images, what these pictures do when we see them. And
What images and what pictures are we talking about?
we thank you, Carrie, for joining us here. Your initial
Are you talking about the images of all the slaughtered innocent people in Palestine?
Absolutely. I have kids. I have kids in the Bloomfield schools. So
Of course you do. You sound like you have kids in the Bloomfield schools.
Of course, my heart sank for everybody involved. My own sister was an elementary school principal where there was a school shooting in Perry, Iowa, just a few years ago. I have a
Did this happen?
the Oxford shooting, the Las Vegas shooting. So every time this happens, I think every parent, every person, everybody in the community just is heartbroken. And
We can hear you typing.
It does seem like it happens
very distracting.
more often.
There.
And
Okay, you took it off.
in places that we would just love for there to be safety, such as a preschool or a place of worship.
And Carrie, this is Marielle here. I want to ask, because you bring up
Mario.
your sister working in the school system. There are so many
This chick is making it all about herself, isn't she? She just keeps talking.
can be a minority group who understands what it is to be discriminated against. You can be a member of the Jewish faith who is constantly feeling under attack.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why. Constantly feeling under attack.
In that regard, what do you recommend for people who empathize with this situation and who feel so deeply what's happening, but also just to protect our own mental
This
health?
is fucking insane.
Constantly seeing scenes like this play out on a daily
Constantly. This is constantly happening on a daily basis? Constantly. That's not fear-mongering or anything, is it?
The ability to have an experience meeting at the same
Empathy, just not for Palestinians and Iranians and shit like that.
You know, if you've experienced loss or if you've experienced discrimination,
You know, when that guy was going through Dearborn and was causing all that terror, did we see any sort of response like this?
together with other people and people who had shared.
Then he went to Minnesota and got his ass beat.
We can reduce stress. You know, our life as it exists is always going to have stress. We need periods of both stress.
Fuck these people, man.
So to be able to connect with other people and feel.
I can't believe they're talking about this in the UK.
Reduce our own stress. And, you know, even as a therapist, is like when people come to you, it both is stress relieving for the person who's coming to you and for the person who's there to be there for them. So just feel like you should be part of a community because it's good.
Man, if this was closer, I'd go find this place and I'd be holding up a free fucking Palestine sign.
therapist, you understand it even more deeply so. Carrie,
Because there's no, what is there to feel sympathy for here? Nothing happened.
hear from some of the officials about what exactly transpired inside.
We're gonna actually hear that?
Israel, because we have so many questions. We know, again, if you're just joining us, that the shooter is dead. We also
The shooter.
one security guard.
We're gonna keep calling him a shooter.
When this person ran their car into the temple, and we also know that our own Lauren Edwards is live on the scene right now with the very latest from what she's hearing and what she's seeing. And Lauren, give us a perspective. Who are the people who are kind of surrounding that scene outside of police personnel?
You know, Brooke, I can tell you we just
That's an ugly bitch.
Seen at the Jewish Community Center. Over to my right, I'm going to have my photographer, photojournalist, Tim Baker, pan over that way.
Photographer.
This is where families are going to be gathering. This is where families are meeting up again with loved ones. Now it's the Jewish Community Center of Metro Detroit, and as you can see, it is a parked
For what?
parking lot, a packed parking lot, excuse me, and the Birmingham Fire Department is there. And as I said, we just arrived. I was
Cool.
20 to 30 minutes ago, and we've seen police here from all the multiple agencies all around Oakland County, obviously responding to such tragic and awful thing to have happened.
Tragic.
We're just waiting. We're waiting for families. We're waiting to see them reunited, hoping I can speak to them and just ask them, you know, a number of questions, just how they're feeling, their initial thoughts. And I had seen things online that, you know, of course,
Oh my God.
Newsworthy. Tell us what happened.
so many people are scared, and just it's again what we know so far. Everyone is okay, but I can't imagine just going through something like this. So we're just gonna stand out here. We're near the
This is more secure community network. False flag bullshit.
about what they are experiencing.
This is the shit that they do to then
All afternoon,
Demand more money. Demand more security.
Into a Jewish community center building.
For what?
There's nobody
Like, you're not going to do anything.
in the JCC. That's like where I go with Lord. I went there for the dances and shit. Like,
Right, what
as a
would you-
teeny bopper.
Right.
Those people have
During the
nothing-
daytime.
They have nothing to do with what's going on. Like, you're not accomplishing anything.
Right, what would be your purpose?
Right.
You're a terrorist. What's your purpose? And of course, you know, this is going to be a hate crime. It's going to be all that. Wouldn't it be funny if we found out that it was somebody, like a Jewish guy that actually did it, and he had like a heart attack and his foot slipped on the gas and his car crashed? And
maybe that's where some of the elders converge and have meetings. We don't know about it.
If the elders are there and they're and there's children there, it's time to get suspicious.
Maybe, we don't
A
know.
little bit to the side so that you can approach them just with sensitivity and grace and say, hey, how are you?
I know when I went there,
I want to talk to you.
we weren't allowed to walk around. We were ushered to the one little room where the dance was, or whatever. We weren't allowed to walk freely. So I don't know.
I've never seen anything like this before. There's actually been school shootings and it's been nothing like this. This is not an active shooter situation.
I don't understand where that's why I'm waiting to hear. Like, did he get out of the car with a gun? Or did he just run in? Because I thought they said he got shot in the car.
That was the previous one. That was the one in Grand Blanc.
Yeah, Lauren Edwards,
They were talking about that.
But they said that a
should
couple
say
times.
thank you.
so
It'll
I
be a
don't know.
long night at that as this investigation does continue. And of course, we get more answers. We're about 8 to 10 minutes away from a news conference. We're hoping on the scene there that we'll learn more. In the meantime, you know, you talk about, we've mentioned now twice, security officer who was able to neutralize the threat, another security officer who was injured. Mike Harville is a security officer.
Oh, really? He's a security. Whoa.
So many times before. Mike, you're on the phone with us here today, and we thank you for sharing your time.
Well, good. Yeah.
It goes without saying that these church security officers and the plan that they have with them is critically important in the moments where it counts most here.
You know what's going to be crazy too is I guarantee there are security cameras all over that region, everywhere. So there should be footage of this, right?
It is very important to note that it was security officers, one of which we understand shot the suspect. And in another case, a security officer was actually hurt trying to neutralize the
you're not allowed to just shoot people.
And you
Yeah,
do this
let's
kind of work all
see
the
what
time.
happened. Maybe
Oh, absolutely. And it's sad we've come to this, but you know, I heard it mentioned earlier on the news report that it took a good guy.
Mike, we'll have to go right to the sheriff. We'll come back to you.
Oh. Everybody set, everybody ready? I got my hair dyed.
This is all going to be super.
I got my hair dyed right here.
Anytime you have a situation like this, information changes and evolves. Here's what we know so far. A car came to the facility, breached the facility by driving into it, was engaged by security. We believe there is one individual deceased in the vehicle. It's been complicated because there was some fire, to say the least, with that vehicle.
Yeah. it
What?
caught fire.
We
Yes.
believe that
This is-
individual is deceased. No kids, this is the important thing, no kids or no staff was injured whatsoever, okay? So we have no victims other than one of the lead security people was hit by the car and was taken to the hospital for treatment.
What?
That individual should be okay. So far, that's our information to this point. We have agencies from all
That was
over.
very
Obviously,
big. He wasn't a
ATF is
shooter, I
here,
told you.
FBI.
He hit the
More
house
than
or
likely
the
will be taking the
building.
lead
Car
on
caught
this
fire and he
based on
died.
some of the
They shot him. He
preliminary
died.
investigative information we have, but we're not going to go into that at this point.
Why not?
We want to assure the community it doesn't appear to be anything active. We're still clearing the area. We're going to clear vehicles for any explosive devices, the building, etc. Unification of the families and the kids are in progress. We've accounted for everybody that we believe was in the building at the time. So we're to continue to maybe pivot to, is there anybody else involved, and the investigative side of what's happened.
This is so fucking dumb.
Hold on.
Well, we can't say what.
What the fuck is this?
At this point, but security did engage the suspect with gunfire.
Did the suspect have a weapon?
We can't get into a lot of that stuff, but he breached the building.
Why? Why can't you
Because
tell
he
us?
didn't have a fucking gun.
Engaged by security.
He breached the building and went down the hall? How? What are you...
Apparently we have some information, but nothing that we confirm, so we're not going to go into it. He drove in through doors with a vehicle.
There was only one person in that vehicle?
That's what it appears at this point.
What do we know about this fire?
Something ignited in the vehicle. That's a work in progress.
So nobody's going to ask if there's security cameras?
For IEDs or any explosives, we've got a significant number of bond dogs on site, bond techs on site, and all of that's going to be done to check them out.
Nobody wants any security camera footage, huh?
Resources all across the county, just in case, out of an abundance of caution, that there may be a secondary site, but we don't have any information at this time to believe that. So we want people to take a breath. No one was hurt. We're on top of it. The chief and his team got here fast. Everything that was supposed to happen happened. Security did their job, and then the responders did theirs.
How are Israeli security guards allowed to shoot somebody dead?
That didn't have a gun.
The vehicle's in the hallway of the
If he had a gun, he would have said yes, he had a weapon.
Right.
Can't tell you any of that
tell
at
you
this
what
time.
he died of until we get a little further. We haven't actually gone.
How long ago was this?
It's still being cleared.
The security guard shot
They shot
there,
at.
shot at them, but it's unclear if he was killed by
In a situation like this, you never know. If somebody's strapped, sometimes they kill themselves. So the suspect was engaged. Was it the same?
What?
Sentence I can get. From the information I got, he should be okay. He was knocked unconscious. So the different security officer who fired the shot. There were multiple security officers on scene, and the one that was hurt was pulled from that area by his team.
Where's the car registered from?
We're not going to get into the specifics on the car.
Why? I don't understand why is there secrecy about this?
It's under investigation.
So what? Whenever it's Muslim, they normally just they give us way more information than they can confirm.
That's yet to be cleared.
He just
That I can't even tell you.
We haven't decided what we're going to say about all that yet.
Completely clear. We had to send people in with gas masks to clear that area. All the way in the building.
Do we know how fast he's going?
It's hard to say how fast. I mean, he was traveling with purpose down the hall from my look at the video.
There's video.
yeah, the car was driving down the hall.
No, he just said.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to release the video to the public.
Talk about just the response, no security.
He just said there's video.
And how this could be far worse than what we're reporting and seeing right now.
No, absolutely. In fact, what I would tell you is that I am deeply proud of the response, not only from
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
also all the police officers and firefighters that are here right now. We train active shooter events a lot. The county has
This was not an active shooter.
that
Active
trains
driver.
the entire county on active shooter tactics, and that's something that we believe in and that we support. And I think that training certainly helps to mitigate what happened here today.
And the chief has been in contact with all of the facilities for weeks, not just on the last couple of weeks, but constantly forever. But in the last couple of weeks, even a lot more integrated communication. I mean, there are always, in all of the agencies in Oak County are partnering with their religious institutions, schools, and anytime there's a concern.
Of course, no video.
Control, extra attention, extra warnings. That had all happened for the weeks leading up to this.
Wait, so they'd been preparing for this for weeks leading up to it? Oh, what a convenient thing.
Communicated directly
We've
with
just
their
said
head
all
of
the
security.
schools, all the
Right.
places.
Were
So
there any directed threats at this specific time?
there was no specific chatter about any institution or facility in Oakland County, but they were all on alert.
For what? for some guy to randomly drive into them
For any
with no purpose.
any terrorist
Until we clear vehicles and
because of
make
the
sure
war.
there's no IEDs or other secondary. But we believe there's nothing active at the moment.
He said that he saw a video. I want to see the video.
So it's likely that there could be
Release that till
another
they end the investigation.
Conference here, maybe within the next 2 hours. Okay, like that.
That's not usually how things work. They usually fight over each other to release shit.
Mike Bouchard addressing the media, essentially saying right now, unless the FBI
Fuck that guy.
take over, which often they do in cases like this, Oakland County Sheriff's Department is leading this case, and we can tell you right now, the bottom line is today we know a car crashed into Temple Israel. We know someone was inside. That person, after exchanging gunfire, I don't know if that person had.
He was not exchanging gunfire.
Erupted in that scene. The person was killed. A security person was hurt. At this time, there's no threat, and the lockdown is over. That's good news.
This doesn't make any sense, man. Other than more of their bullshit.
As a result of this, that has been lifted as well. I do believe we have Mike Harville back on the phone with us. Mike, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Mike, thank you again for.
This is fucking crazy.
This afternoon. I'm curious what happens next. From a
What do you think's gonna happen? Look, listen, they're gonna say we're gonna up the security. We're gonna.
With at least the effort of a coordinated attack, how do you, I guess, change the security protocol, or what happens the next day when something like this happens?
Jesus Christ.
Well, usually what's going to happen is the security force, for lack of a better term right now, will do a debrief, go through and look at the situation. That might have been improved upon, and then make some changes if they see something they could have done better. I will tell you this, knowing the Jewish Federation and their team, I know that the lead of their team personally, great guy, they have a top-notch program. And so
Jewish Federation?
They did very well in this particular incident.
I do want to ask you, you talk about this incident, and we understand that what happened in Grand Blanc, you and I talked after that, a guy rams his pickup truck at that point into a church. Here we have
This
a
is
car hitting a church.
such bullshit. Like, why do we keep getting the same story and keep falling for it?
To try to disrupt or to get people out or to kind of startle everyone. Is that what you all are trained in terms of figuring out what to do in the moments after something like that happens?
What?
Exactly, and that's something that I know not just my teams, but teams and security, the houses of worship and other places across the country are all starting to look at this, because with Grand Blanc and then this is basically a copycat, seems like almost. And this could be the new norm, where they're going to use a vehicle. They might have
To do what? To get shot?
Suicide mission?
Right. To not hurt anybody, to damage a building that they were probably planning on renovating.
Now they got insurance.
Now they have their insurance to renovate it.
So now everybody needs to start training and looking at these options. What can we do if this sort of thing were to come our way?
Well, obviously,
Gunman in West Bloomfield synagogue attack dead.
stop, because this is
How is he a gunman?
shocking thing for so many people. Marielle, you have any questions for Mike as well?
Mike, I wanted to ask you, because you gave such a brilliant answer to this earlier, and it really did give us insight into just how much your job changes. And as you just mentioned, now kind of having to study every time there's an incident like this and see what can we learn, what can we.
Well, it's the exact same thing every time, so it shouldn't much matter.
Your job has changed, perhaps gotten more difficult in recent years as we see more of these attacks happening here at home.
Right? She says it's constantly.
Busier, I will say that. But
They're constantly happening.
And we're not just security teams, we're training staff, we're training other volunteers in the church, so that there are more people who are knowledgeable and can react should something happen.
The Secure Community Network.
Fire Department.
It's very good to have people who are trained.
Needed the Birmingham Fire Department there.
They have nothing else to do.
Seriously, though, like, why would that make sense?
Here locally, and it's a
Plymouth.
great program.
Plymouth is far.
Right.
Northville, other state.
Why would this, if this isn't some sort of training exercise,
But I think it's important to note that if this is their supposed new norm, if this is how they want to do things, everyone else has to figure out how to react to that. So what is it that someone should do from a security standpoint if they hear that someone rammed their car or truck?
I mean, they just haven't decided how they're going to create this narrative yet, so they're just like, "Wait, it happened, but we're not going to give you any information."
I mean, say that again, Ruth.
What's the training if someone
Dumbass.
twice in the last 6 months that we've seen this, a car or pickup truck goes smashing into a place of worship? What's the protocol? What are you supposed to do if you're inside that building at the time?
Well,
Apparently you shoot him dead.
Play it out differently, or house of worship, I should say, but sometimes it could end up being a medical situation.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You want to help if it's a medical situation, but you're going to have to approach the vehicle with caution. You're not going to be able to just run up to it and say, "Oh my gosh, this person's having."
Sounds like they just ran up and started shooting.
You're going to have to approach with caution.
But we'll see the video, right? So it won't matter.
That's exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's sad because that stymies the humanity that we all have when you hear someone crash.
Stymies it.
Think, hey, I want to go check on this person, but sadly, as we've
He said it stymies it.
it was someone who was trying to hurt.
That's right.
All right, Mike, thank you so much for checking.
All right, Mike. Yeah, you suck. Get out of here.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Checking with Fox News' Dave Spencer, boots on the ground right now, right at the scene there. And Dave, what are you seeing in terms of reunification and how people are doing there now?
Come on. Trying to get it.
Yeah, Rupa, reunification is a process that's happening right now, and it's about 2 blocks from.
Look at that dude's hair.
And you can see
Shing, shing.
the massive police presence behind me. That it's really impossible for anyone.
It just makes no sense.
To be reunited with a loved one, to get beyond.
Where did all of these fucking cops come from? And for what?
Multiple mobile command units on scene here. In the last few minutes, however, the posture of everyone, all the law enforcement agents who have body armor and long guns out and drawn has significantly changed after we've realized that the threat, whatever potential threat there was,
That cop just cut a lady off with an old lady with her little wheelie shopping cart. She was halfway in the street.
From the temple,
trying to cross.
I stand right now,
pulled in front of her.
and it is here on Walnut Lake. Police cars beyond count. I can't see the end of them as I look at these flashing lights here parked along.
This just makes no sense.
You could tell agents come in cars that aren't marked, the way they're parked up on the curb, just
All the grass, all people's grass that they just decide to park on.
And getting here in order to respond to the perceived threat.
The bus. Like, where the fuck are what is going on here?
Many people could be potentially involved, and as we just heard,
This just doesn't seem believable. Nothing like this has ever happened.
What? Something is over?
Lockdown is over. Jewish Federation. You guys real familiar with the Jewish Federation, right?
Kind of take a different posture. ATF agents as well kind of walk it down and get back to the car. They mentioned they're going to start clearing out the area as best they can, allow the people that were sheltering in place, because these are just neighborhoods here at Greenbrier, and this is all part of...
Right, and they told all those people, you have to stay in the house. They knew the guy was dead right away. But think about that. They knew he was dead right away. Why was there any sort of scare or anything?
Make sure there were no accomplices.
They knew that. They knew it. The guy...
Maybe not in that car, but they didn't know if there were others.
Bullshit. They know these things.
Making sure that what we know to be true is in fact true, as we kind of just process everything that's happening here in terms of the sheer number of law enforcement agents. Again, unlike anything I've ever seen. I'll send it back to you.
Unlike anything anyone's ever seen before.
Reporting live for us, Dave. Thank you so much. We have Camille Amiri standing by as well.
Camille.
You can certainly sense the difference in the urgency
Camille.
there now that we know that the suspect is dead, and now they are more concerned about getting families back together, being able to have a place where people
You're still on.
Away from all this. You can only imagine all of the emotion in the area as well.
It's probably thick as can be as people are reunited with their children, especially in those loved ones in other areas. Camille, I know, of course, as we all have noted, that the next step is going to be figuring out who this person was and what they planned to do before they were stopped.
Ugh.
She's not wearing the right color
Yeah, I
foundation.
mean, that's the million-dollar question.
It's way
Of course,
too
we
white.
don't have the answer
She
to
is
those questions
gross.
right now, but we do know
Her
that
makeup's
he
awful.
has been killed. Police not saying whether he killed himself or whether he was taken out by an officer. They have yet to confirm. They're still trying to work that
There was
out.
no officers there. They're just writing this narrative as they go.
Rammed his vehicle into the synagogue, according to police, according to Oakland County Sheriff Bouchard, Michael Bouchard, and that
She's so good at her job.
that he may have injured one of the security guards, but we don't know.
She can't even talk right.
Shots were fired from the shooter. He used his car.
None.
Is what police were saying. And were there any explosives on that car, like we saw?
She's saying we don't know how many shots they were using, but the police said he used his car.
Because he was driving so quickly and that something may have exploded into his car. We know that he did ram through the front of the building, and we do know that he got into the building with his vehicle. But again, like you said, a huge sigh of relief from everybody.
What the fuck is going on?
And knowing that nobody was seriously hurt, that the security guard did sustain injuries, but he's expected.
There's always got to be one Jew that was like, you know, he was injured.
Was there any telltale sign that this was going to happen today? That is what they're going to be working on.
I love how they just tell him, okay, just kind of say some shit. So we don't know if the machine gun that he was using was on automatic or just how many grenades he was throwing out. The police said he used his car, but we're not really sure about the bazooka that he had because... Oh, look at the poor kid with his golf clubs. They look terrified, don't they? Terrified.
We thank you so much for that report, and we'll continue to check in with you. If you're just joining us, we're approaching the 3 o'clock hour here, and Mario Lou, along with myself and the whole Fox 2 team, tracking the latest. Now, we can tell you right now, if you're just turning
So,
on
where is this building that got hit?
I do have a bit of good news, and the good news is that nobody inside...
No news agency is flying a drone right now?
Except for a security guard who's being treated
Why?
for non-life-threatening injuries. In the meantime, we can tell you that there was a car in which there was a suspect. That suspect rams the car into Temple, Israel. Not clear, Marielle, whether the person took their own life or was shot by a security officer.
I think it was pretty clear that he was shot by security. That's what the cop said. He was shot by security.
We have Danny Leach on the phone with us now. Danny attends Temple, Israel. Danny, are you here?
Oh.
I am.
He's gonna make it sound like they are the most victimized people.
And to see your place of worship intentionally attacked like this, take us inside of your mind right now.
Well, it's nice to be with you guys. Obviously, on a very tough day. I grew up a mile away from Temple, Israel. I've been there over 300-400 times for bar mitzvahs. My sister was there last night. My brother-in-law's nephew was there today. Luckily, I got some good news from a good friend of mine, Michael Kraft, who was in touch with the teacher inside when everything was going on and the news was spotty when you guys were reporting everything, to know that the kids were safe. And just to know that a place that I have loved and have attended so many wonderful events and have so many friends that belong there and so many friends that were bar mitzvah.
Oh my God! What the fuck does any of this have to do with any of this shit?
You guys have been talking about the incredible police presence and the response, obviously in this very scary moment, with something to behold, and I feel so grateful for that. But to know that this happens here, and we have such a tight, close-knit Jewish...
Interesting how, like, no matter who's talking about it, they have the comment section shut off. The comments are just shut off on any video that's talking about it.
My life with love and gratitude and understanding, and I'll never give up the hope that we can...
Because they probably had it on for a split second, got inundated with, maybe if they weren't killing other people, nobody would be, and they just turned it off. They're like, oops, nope, can't leave those.
Jewish today to be upset and be hurt and be heartbroken. But thank God everyone's okay. Thank God the response was great. But it's truly just a crazy world we live in right now, and we've got to adjust. But we can't give up the hope and love to try to come together in any way we can.
And Danny, that is such a great perspective to have, to continue to have gratitude, to continue to hope for...
Oh, they're such great people. Yeah, we're still winning. We still get to commit genocide.
Say, do you live in fear? But what is it like for you, as it seems that there are more and more attacks, and you mentioned, I go to
She is really pushing that, huh?
But is that something that lives in the back of your mind as a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, it's something, like I said, I hate to sort of new normal, but that's kind of where we're at. I think we all know that.
Sure.
But that being said, guys, it's one of those things where if you live in fear, and I know this is kind of the old adage, but it's the truth. If you live in fear, you're letting the bad people win.
Well, and they didn't today, Danny. I only interrupt politely because we have to go to Dave Spencer, who's live. But Danny Leach, we're glad you're okay. We're glad your family's okay, and we're certainly glad the whole community is okay. We do thank you very generously for your time here today. Dave Spencer, you have someone who you're talking to right now. What do you got?
Yeah, Roop, here I'm back here.
Oh, here we go. Here's some footage from
Again, the police
apparently a helicopter.
Staggering here, and this is a neighborhood, and clearly there are neighbors here. Jamie Vaughn being one of them, who runs a business out of the home that's just less than a block from where this all transpired. Kind of walk me through your day when you noticed something was going on, and kind of your reaction to all of it.
I think about 12:50, 1 o'clock, I was having a meeting with my secretary. And
So why is there a fire in the middle of this? Doesn't make any sense. A car drove in and then caught fire, and now there's fire coming out of the vents.
Well, because he got down the hallway. He drove in the front.
What? How did he drive through that whole? Where did he drive through it? Through there? There's a fucking wall right there.
Something's happened in somebody's house. Then somebody's possibly going to be
Is this the place we're saying he drove through? Where did he supposedly drive through? This looks like pretty significant fire for us to not be seeing it at all.
Officers were getting out, arming up, and running towards.
I mean, this is significant fire. To be that much smoke, they're going to have to redo this whole thing. They're going to have to redo the whole thing. Is that the door he supposedly drove through? Okay. Oh, wait. It couldn't have been that one. Where did he drive through? Because there are these pylons here in front of every entrance to prevent somebody from being able to drive through. How? Where? Oh, this is fake as shit. This is a fake fucking story.
And then they just took off running, and you can imagine, as any parent would want to know that their child's okay, you could certainly sympathize and empathize with everything they were going through.
Yes, absolutely.
God, I wish I could get down there and just say something. I think this is fake.
This has ever happened over here, and I'm still just in shock.
And you mentioned to me that it just didn't stop. They one police after another, and they still continue to show up even as we're speaking now.
Yes, and
She lives right next
Why?
door to the place.
Why would the police continue to be showing up to something that isn't a thing?
And just to give people a little perspective of how far you are from the temple, it is what, a block? Maybe at that?
Probably.
What the fuck is she doing there?
Less than a block.
She's gonna be moving out soon. Basically, they're showing right now that there's a house here that needs to be refilled.
And that's what you did. You listened to those orders. What do you think about this response? I mean, does this restore your faith in law enforcement that they're going to be there if the need rises?
Oh, this was fantastic. I still have never seen this many officers show up this fast. And when my client was
How?
because he was due to be back here.
Didn't they have traffic? Wasn't there like? This is like everybody wasn't doing anything, and then suddenly they were.
Mobile command unit right in front of your driveway there. Have you ever seen anything quite like this?
Never.
Unbelievable. Jamie, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Glad you're safe and glad everything is kind of...
Yep, never seen anything like this for Christians or black people or Mexican, anything. The only time I've ever seen anything like this is when some Jews didn't get hurt.
But again, the sheer presence of police is staggering at this point. It's still hard to comprehend it, and we're glad that everything is starting the process of returning back to normal. Back to you guys.
This makes no sense. The way that they're saying it. This absolutely seems like a typical Israeli false flag. This is what they do. When shit starts hitting the fan, they do this kind of stuff to make everybody, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't be so upset about them killing all those people in Iran. They had nothing.
Or died by the bullets coming from the security guard. Still unclear at this hour.
It's not unclear. The sheriff confirmed.
Let's go live right now to Fox 2's Scott Wolchek. And Scott, you're on the ground as well in a different area than Dave. Give us an idea
What does that say? Detroit.
in terms of the
Detroit
families and the
Yep, Detroit police is there.
Yeah, they have nothing better to do.
We're a little
Right.
bit outside of the
The other day, the other day, I'm coming home, and so I'm on Outer Drive, south of Plymouth. You know how, like, you go down Outer, and then you have to make that turn, and then it does all that big wavy shit?
Yeah.
Kind of, right? But south of Plymouth, about a mile south of Plymouth on Outer Drive, there is an SUV that is all fucked up and off into the woods. Don't know if there's a body in there, don't know. But obviously, something wrong has happened.
Like, it had just happened, or
I don't know. I don't know. It was just there. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm going to call the cops. I called like 4 or 5 different precincts. Each one said, sorry, due to the volume of calls, we can't, please hold on. I literally called from there until here, until I got home, and couldn't get through. But they're here. Hey, they're here.
Are there IEDs? Are there explosives? Is there anything like that inside of the truck? Which makes you think about what happened in Grand Rapids, unfortunately, because it's one of those things where when a truck catches on fire like that, suddenly they've got to take another step.
This makes no sense. This seems only like a false flag.
It wasn't a synagogue, right?
No,
It was a school.
it was a church.
They have not been able to talk about exactly what that is. That's still part of the
Why is there so much secretive shit going on around here?
They always do that.
No, they don't. They do not do this. It is not this secretive. We can't tell you anything about it. We can't tell you if they. Normally they try to we know they had guns and guns, lots and lots of guns. They were chewing on guns. They were spitting out guns.
Which is a good thing to hear, but pretty scary. I know a lot of people in the community have been pretty worried about this. A lot of different synagogues, temples have gone under lockdown, obviously lifted at this point, but still a heightened sense.
I mean, the reason that people feel this way is because of them being so awful.
Joining us here on the broadcast, obviously we're in black in the moment, but we'll get back up here in just a second. I just should tell you, if you're listening to me right now, as you probably are, you're watching breaking news coverage of a situation unfolding in West Bloomfield, and as you may have
This
heard,
is disgusting, man.
earlier this afternoon was someone inside of a car ramming into Temple Israel. And this now is the aftermath of that scene. Temple Israel, everyone inside.
What just happened that they had to stop us from seeing?
They've been put into different areas where they can be reunited with their loved ones. In the meantime, the gunman in that situation, who was inside of that car, we understand, has been confirmed to have been killed. Whether this person took their own life or in a battle.
If he was killed, then he didn't kill himself. He would be dead.
How come we can't type killed in social media, but they can say killed on?
So wait, we know that he was trying to do harm. We know his motives, but we don't know if he had a gun.
I mean, if you're running your car into a building, I would imagine you're trying to.
It could have been a medical event.
Well, sure, if it's not a medical event.
And there's no justification for the security guards shooting him like
asked
that.
him first, are you okay, sir? Okay, cool. We're gonna shoot you now.
I just, all I know is that there is absolutely 100% of video of this. There should be security camera footage from all over.
Sure.
Literally with West Bloomfield, we should be able to follow his car from, I don't know, his house.
The police can.
Right.
Cannot.
Well, no, those are all public cameras. You can ask for the footage for that.
You have to file for it.
Sure, but that's all.
And it can take a few days.
Sure, it could take forever. They probably won't give it to you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, if this is how this thing worked, then you have the ability to prove it to us without a shadow of a doubt.
We know that the lockdown has been lifted in Jewish communities centers and other areas throughout West Bloomfield, and that is good news. But I can just tell you, driving in, coming from the north of Oakland County and driving down Losser, even Christian schools and public schools, there are.
I mean, this is hours old at this point.
It speaks volumes about the kind of community we have
schools
here
are about to
in
be
terms of how
released, so I
quickly
imagine they're
people
gonna
come to the aid of not
have
only those
police
who
at
need
all
it
the
most
schools
at Temple Israel, but also
for release
quickly
time.
safeguard other areas of worship and also of learning. And so that is the good news at this hour at 3 o'clock.
This is so fucking crazy. This is just so crazy.
Thursday's the big Hindu temple day.
He actually released not long ago. FBI personnel are on the scene with partners in Michigan responding to the apparent vehicle ramming and active shooter situation out of Temple Israel Synagogue in West Bloomfield Township, Michigan. And so that is good news as well.
I mean, literally, they always do the ramming thing. They always do this now.
Take a listen.
They don't even try anymore.
We're going to look
at the community. It doesn't appear to be anything active. We're still clearing the area. I know. I said sound. Vehicles for any explosive devices, the building, etc. Unification with the families and the kids are in progress. We've accounted for everybody that we believe was in the building at the time.
It's still Purim.
To continue to maybe pivot to, is there anybody else involved?
Look at this guy. Who the fuck is this guy?
Confirmed that it was security that shot and killed the suspect here.
Well, we can't say what killed him at this point, but security did engage the suspect with gunfire.
Did the suspect have a weapon?
We can't get into a lot of that stuff, but he breached the building, drove down.
He didn't have a weapon. If he had a weapon,
That's what I'm saying.
He did not have a weapon.
So they can't kill him.
Information, but nothing that we confirm, so we're not going to go into it. He drove in through doors with a vehicle.
There was only one person in that vehicle?
Where did he breach? He drove in through doors. Where?
Something ignited in the vehicle. That's a work in progress. We're through an abundance clearing the vehicle for IEDs or any explosives. We've got.
I just don't understand this.
Bomb dogs on site, bomb techs on site, and all of that's going to be.
Why aren't you showing us the damage of him where he drove through the doors and, 20 minutes or so?
There may be a secondary site, but we don't have any information at this time to believe that. So we want people to take a breath. No one was hurt. We're on top of it. Chief and his team got here fast. Everything that was supposed to happen happened. Security did their job. And the responders did their
Look at this fucking guy. Why are we looking at this guy?
I believe it came out as an active shooter. The vehicle's in the hallway of the building. It's inside the building. Again, I can't tell you what he died of until we get a little further. We haven't actually gone.
She keeps asking you where.
It's still being cleared.
So we do know that the security guard shot this shooter, shot at them, but it's unclear if he was killed by.
In situations like this, you never know. If somebody's trapped, sometimes they kill themselves. So.
So he's going to drive into the building and then shoot himself?
Clearest sentence I can give you.
What is the condition of the security?
From information I got, he should be okay. He was knocked unconscious. So the security officers shot. There were multiple security officers, and the one that was hurt was from the
It's the same. Yeah.
Sheriff Mike Bouchard talking to reporters just about 40 minutes ago. We should tell you in the next couple of hours, we expect by about 5 o'clock to hear another update as the investigators continue.
This just makes no sense. It's not like they're trying to clean up the scene because there's a bunch of dead bodies and they're trying to make sense of things.
For all the people inside Temple Israel accounted for, but sadly, this was just such a traumatizing situation to everybody in the entire Jewish community and the greater community because of what happened inside Israel earlier this afternoon when a man rammed his car into Temple Israel. That person inside that car not clear at this hour.
So you know that if the guy had some sort of medical thing and had a heart attack, they'll never acknowledge it anymore at this point. I mean, what happens when the guy's Jewish? Is that why they're hiding the identity? Don't you think if it was an Arabic guy, they would have said so?
No, they don't give the name yet. They got to make sure that all the families notified first.
They do that all the time. They literally, when it was the San Bernardino shooting, the police, the reporters were literally let into their apartment with their social security cards and driver's license sitting on the counter.
Apparently hit by the vehicle that rammed into the doors of.
And it's all the same footage. How come nobody's gotten a drone out? How come nobody's shown us this damage? What about the building being on fire? How come nobody's showing us the building being on fire? Like, what is going on here? This happened shortly after noon.
Is this pretty much a copycat of what we saw in Grand Blanc when that person ran their pickup truck into the church out there in Grand Blanc? Sadly,
they keep saying it's pretty much a copycat of the previous one.
Gunman dead inside car.
Himself, who was also eventually taken out. In this case, we're talking about a person who obviously was able to do that first step, ram their vehicle into Temple Israel.
I'd still like to know how. And remember, there are cameras everywhere. They should be able to track this guy all the way back to his house. So I'd like to see how he got through all the security measures that they already have in place.
They said when they were first.
No, I'm talking about all the pylons and shit that they have up in the way to prevent people from being able to drive through. Those are like concrete, deep. Those are meant to stop people.
We've all been on the phone talking to police sources. Fill in some holes here, some blanks. What are we not talking about?
Information. I was just talking to one of my sources, and as they're unfolding, I think it's important to note that when you're talking about when a vehicle's coming in, there's fire, it takes a minute to secure that situation. So in terms of finding out exactly what's inside of the vehicle, it's going to be a minute. But what I did just learn from one of my sources is they did find some kind of chemical agent inside of the truck.
Oh, here we go.
Some kind of bomb. We don't know. We want to make that.
Is it a bomb that just happened to not explode like they always do?
That's what I'm learning right now. Again, it's all unfolding, and you're dealing with the kind of.
All right, I'm done. This is fucking stupid. Fuck everything them. Fuck everything them. This is such fake secure community network. You know, this is the false flag shit they do when they're doing horrible shit in Israel. So let's just see something real quick.
Well, and it's so important to see what investigators find in terms of what was that chemical that they found in there. But very good new information for us. I do have to kind of reflect on this with you, Jessica. Yeah. We saw
Senator John Fetterman, Jew, says Israel should kill Iran's new supreme leader. That was just an hour ago. Iran will target U.S. base in region unless they are closed. Live updates 2 hours ago. Iran's new supreme leader says Strait of Hormuz will remain closed in first reported. Live updates. Iran's supreme leader issues first statement vowing to avenge those killed in, his father and his daughter. Yeah, I bet he's going to be pretty pissed about that. I bet he's not just going to take the role as the new supreme leader and be like, what can I do to help? You murdered his father. You murdered his daughter.
And possibly what we're looking at is some explosive device, which was also something that they found. Parallel here.
Yeah, and we also know, of course, and a separate.
Israeli intelligence assessed that he was likely wounded in the war's opening salvo. So they're saying they've taken out him too, or they're going to? Israel's military said it's begun a new wave of strikes in Beirut on Thursday. It came less than 2 hours after the military warned residents of a large swath of southern Beirut to evacuate north. So now Israel is attacking Lebanon. Over 800,000 people in Lebanon have been displaced over the past 10 days. And in the last conflict between Israel and Hezbollah, that's what's happening. So Israel is not just attacking Iran, not just killing the Gaza, they're also attacking Lebanon right now. The price of a barrel of Brent crude oil briefly topped $100 per barrel earlier today, just days after it spiked near $120.
It's really tough.
This is tough and awful.
Can get attacked, any of us can, because it's a very, very safe place. There's a long driveway to get into it.
Temple.
So it's definitely a very scary situation.
So that is strange. So again, they got a long driveway and all that. So we will see that, right? We'll see all that footage.
You first heard and you got that alert and you got the text message from your wife that, the tragedy had occurred.
Lebanon appeals to Israeli allies to stop strikes as death toll rises. That is 2 minutes ago. The Iran war is expanding into Lebanon as the Israeli offensive to dismantle Hezbollah has displaced 800,000 people there, with more than 680 people killed.
Please go be with your wife. She's right over there. Thank her for it.
White Lake
We really
Police are
appreciate
there.
this, but I'm so glad you got to hear from him because he's been out here just
Iran Supreme Leader gives first statement. Iran issues statement. Hijackers join U.S. and Israel's fight with Iran, or hackers, sorry. Oh, America and Israel built vast military. Israeli military dropped charges against soldiers accused of sexually assaulting Palestinians. That was 2 hours ago. That was about an hour after this happened.
Pardoned them, basically.
Israeli military on Thursday said it was dropping charges against 5 soldiers accused of beating and sexually abusing a Palestinian detainee in an alleged assault, partially caught on camera. Caught on camera.
Just partially.
The decision, which came as much of the country's attention was focused on the war with Iran, closed a flashpoint case that has bitterly divided Israel since the soldiers were arrested in 2024 at a notorious military prison, prompting anger from members of the far-right government and hardline ultranationalists who violently overran the prison in protest. Those good people they are. Dickhead douchebag Netanyahu hailed the announcement, while human rights groups accused the military of ignoring one of the gravest instances of abuse in the country's networks of wartime prisons. Shit was caught on camera. A group of people violently raped and beat and tortured a man. Raped him on camera. Israel's military advocate general just gave his soldiers license to rape, so as long as the victim is Palestinian, said Sarai Bashi, executive director of the Public Committee Against Torture in Israel, after the case was dismissed. She said the decision was the latest in a long line of actions that whitewash abuses against detainees whose frequency and severity have worsened since October 7th. Netanyahu welcomed the decision, saying the state of Israel must pursue its enemies, not its heroic fighters. The now dismissed indictment against the soldiers accused them of an assault that included dragging a Palestinian prisoner along the floor, stepping on him, tasering him, and sexually assaulting him by stabbing him in the rectum. They raped him as well. The Palestinian was taken to an Israeli hospital with fractured ribs and a perforated rectum that required surgery before he was returned to the prison. The allegations of abuse at the facility gained steam when, in August 2024, Israeli news broadcast a leaked video of the alleged assault. The video showed a group of masked soldiers resting a detainee from the ground, where he and other Palestinians were lying face down and handcuffed in a faced-in pen, and taking the detainee to an area of the pen they cordoned off using shields. Remember? Told you about this. In its Thursday decision dismissing the case, the military's top legal officers said the charges against the soldier were being dropped because the video did not show abuse violent enough to merit a criminal conviction and had been improperly leaked to the media. Because it was improperly leaked, that's why. The decision that had the Palestinian victim, the decision added that the Palestinian victim had since been released back to Gaza, creating an absence of certainty he would be able to testify in trial. No. It's Thursday. In November 2025, after much speculation about how the video got leaked, military advocate general Yafit Tomer, top legal official in the military, admitted that she had approved its release, saying She wanted to show how serious the abuse was and convince people that the military had a duty to investigate. Facing an uproar from Netanyahu's government, she abruptly resigned, then disappeared, only to be found phoneless on a Tel Aviv beach after a frantic search by authorities. The phone, believed to hold possible evidence against her, was later recovered in the sea. The Associated Press investigated allegations of inhumane treatment and abuse at the place before the surveillance video. The prison was set up after October 7, 2023, to hold Palestinians rounded up in Gaza during Israel's war against Hamas militant group. The secretive facility quickly gained notoriety as employees and Palestinians freed from detention described scenes of abuse and torture, and Israeli rights groups petitioned the country's top court for it to be shuttered. Israel has long been accused of failing to hold its soldiers accountable for crimes committed against Palestinians. The allegations have intensified during the war in Gaza. Israel says its forces act within military and international law and says it thoroughly investigates any alleged abuses. Well, hell, you can believe that if they say it. There you go. There you go. That's what you're being distracted from. That's just a piece, but that should be a pretty big fucking story, don't you think? This you have worldwide coverage regarding nothing happening. Nothing. Nothing, nobody died, nothing. While at the same time, Israel is dropping the charges against people filmed raping somebody. And now we're like, this is anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism. Wait till they come up with this narrative that they're going to fucking throw at us over this bullshit. Fuck everything, Israel. Fuck all you. Fuck every single one of you that's just doing your job. Fuck you guys. Especially the people of color. Fuck you. God damn it, man. Fuck this. This is so irritating and awful, and just fuck these pedophiles. These disgusting pedophiles. Go check out the receipts in the description, the endless receipts I provide you, and tell me how I'm wrong. Karen. Oh, well, Karen just showed up. Damn it, Karen. Why do you always show up right when I'm leaving? Karen, an absolute, total, 100% false flag happened here in Michigan. I'm sure they're talking about it on the news where you are, right? Because they're talking about it everywhere. And at the same time, literally an hour after this shit was said to have, within an hour after this shit was said to have happened, because it happened shortly after noon, so we don't actually know when that could be. Sometime after noon, just before the Israeli authorities decide to drop the charges against the rapist.
News vehicle there, we're there. There's some kind of security contact or police contact. They take it very seriously, especially in the last couple of weeks with what's going on internationally. That is incredibly heightened.
So you're saying if you stop by the Jewish places, you'll get checked within 5 minutes?
This is a well-oiled machine. You heard the sheriff say it earlier. Everything went exactly how it's supposed to. Now, in terms of logistics, and I don't want to, reveal too many trade secrets, but from folks that have actually worked inside the facility, it is very outfitted with some serious, very expensive security measures.
So then there should be lots of video of all of this.
Barriers on the sidewalk.
The barriers on the sidewalk, exactly. How did they get through? How did this happen? Show me the footage. Michigan will have to be so sympathetic to the call now. Yep.
When you look at a vehicle like this, and we haven't had a really good shot of it yet, but the vehicle, obviously, it wasn't able to get all the way through, was it?
So
at this point?
From what the sheriff said, it was able to get in. He mentioned it was in the hallway. Now, what that looks like exactly, I don't know.
Because, again, we can't seem to get any footage to prove any of this.
In that area, so it'll have
For some reason, we just can't show you any footage of anything to prove anything happened. Just take our word for it.
Made up of very trained, highly trained former police officers from the area. They know the area, they know the culture of the area, they know the tempo. So
This is so just creepy. Like, it just feels off. It feels wrong. It feels so goddamn manufactured. You look at the amount of police that were there. They're saying no one was killed apart. Yeah, no one was killed apart from the... It's not a shooter. He didn't have a gun. He supposedly drove into the facility somehow, and then the Jewish security that was there shot him immediately. That's murder. That's murder. You don't just get to shoot somebody like that.
To try to wrap your head around why anyone would want to do this, but the fact that the security officers were able to neutralize this and stop this guy from doing it is so much credit to them.
Yeah, well, let's give him credit for committing murder. So much credit. How do we know, like, what do we know about this person? What if this person was having a mental issue? What if they were mentally challenged? What if they were having a diabetic incident?
He was being a little bit cryptic in terms of the planning, and all of this was on the on a whim attack, or was this something that was definitely...
Look, the sheriff said that there was a video.
At least as the preliminary information.
And she just got done saying how great the security measures are there. If you're going to tell me that this place had all this security, but just no security cameras, I'm going to call bullshit.
I'm a Hindu guy. If you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, whatever you are, this affects and hurts us all.
No, it doesn't.
This Jewish community is united, but they unite with others in our community as well.
No, they don't. They don't unite with anybody. Whenever you see Black Lives Matter shit, there's not a bunch of penguins standing out there.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Oh, look at, now we got this fucking clown. Look at this disgusting weirdo. He looks so gross.
What will be your message to them about what we saw unfold here today?
The messages are what affects one person affects all of us, but what gives strength from one person gives strength to all of us.
Unless they're Palestinian, Iranian, Lebanese, because, you know, that's the other thing. The Jews are attacking Lebanon right now.
Not become hateful because of it. I've actually already gotten a beautiful text from someone from a local mosque that we're very friendly with, and he sent me something from the
Oh my God. All right, I'm going. You guys have yourself a great day. Pedophiles, kill yourself. Don't fall for this bullshit.
Beyond